The Greatest Showman was straight trash.
Those are fighting words to Kayla's ears.
That's a lie.
Look at her getting ready, getting amped up.
Welcome to Sips and Scripts, the podcast where we make cocktails and talk about one of our favorite movies from past and present. My name is Terrell. I'm a film enthusiast, veteran, and part-time gamer. Follow me on Instagram at T_Rel_B.
And I am Kirsten Jackson. I am a blogger and cocktail influencer at lowcountrysocialite.com.
I'm Kayla Rose, and I'm an entertainment blogger at inmytheater.com. Welcome to the show. This week, we're talking about one of my favorite, which would happen to be...
Yay! Homework this week was so fun. Yay.
It should have been. I hope you're really immersing yourselves into the experience that The Greatest Showman was.
How about we say that we did that and we can just move forward.
We know we did.
Oh, Lord. Well,
Terrell, at least play along and make Kayla happy.
Okay. That movie was phenomenally.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
It was a complete immersion experience in The Greatest Showman. And it was The Greatest Showman, like, in the world.
Like you've never seen before.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
I don't think they could have ever made another movie like that one ever again. I was blown away at what I saw on the screen.
Yes, I'd love to hear it. Anywho, it's a lot different than the movie we talked about last week, which was National Treasure, because this is a musical, and it's all about the sort of kind of life of P.T. Barnum. It's a little, off, a little fluffy, but we'll definitely get into that after we talk about what we're doing this week.
Okay. What am I? No, I had to think about what I'm doing this week. It's so much. I got a lot going on this week, okay? Yeah.
And stuff. And
things and stuff. And by the time this episode goes to air, it'll be after Halloween. But for us right now, it is Halloween weekend. So I had a couple parties this week. Well, two. One I'm going to tonight, but I had one that I was supposed to go to Thursday. But it was so nasty and rainy and foggy. Like, for those of you who don't know, Terrell is in Texas and Kayla is in Atlanta. Like, how was the weather for you guys?
It was definitely rainy here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It was just chilly here. No rain.
It's cold there now?
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah. I think it's like in the 60s for us today. And it's supposed to get like kind of chilly tonight. But it's so weird. Like, it's usually hot around Halloween. Like, and it's been like cold. Like, what's going on?
Should be seasons changing.
Yeah, but usually, like, every year, it's usually hot. Like, I remember, like, going to, like, Halloween events and stuff, and kids would be like, oh, okay, take this mask down and hot. And now it's like...
bundle them up.
Yeah, it's cold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I actually love that it's a little chilly during Halloween. It gives me spooky season vibes.
It does. I love fall. Well, nice. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on. What do you got going on, Terrell?
I am working on making sure these kids have a good Halloween. Making sure costumes fit, making sure candy bowls are full.
Are you guys giving out candy?
Yes. We're going to give out some candy. We live in a nice neighborhood, so it's fun.
Well, who says? Yeah, I live in a shitty neighborhood, so I'm not really giving out any candy to those.
In the last neighborhood I lived in.
So y'all gotta participate and make nice in your nice new neighborhood.
Yes, they are. They have like stuff set up, and it's going to be an event. So,
is it like a part of your HOA that you have to do things for Halloween, or do y'all have HOA?
Yeah, we have one. It's not part of the HOA. It's just we live in a really friendly neighborhood, and they just like doing stuff. They like to check to see if other people are doing stuff. They're doing alcohol for the adults, walking with the kids.
Yes, I need to move there.
Right.
Come on down.
Right.
Hey.
Kayla, what you got going on? What you working on this week or weekend?
Well, this weekend I am definitely going to a trunk or treat with my god baby, so that'll be fun. I'm making a Halloween charcuterie, and
Yum.
yes, it's gonna be full of candy and cookies.
What's gonna be on your Halloween charcuterie board? Cookies and brownies. That's what's gonna be on it.
And you know, Halloween shaped. We got the Halloween Oreos, so that's always fun.
Nice.
And then kicking off No November, because it's the end of the year where we say no to everything to save money for Christmas. Amen.
Oh God, what do you have to say no to in November? I need the list.
No, that's so funny. We're pretty much doing no to eating out and no to buying unnecessary things.
No.
No to that
No to the no.
Oh Lord.
Hell no, as a matter of fact. That's nice. So is it like no spend November? Like no spending, no eating out, what?
Pretty much. It's like no spend November.
And it ends on Black Friday.
Yes. Oh, you ain't consider Black Friday up in there.
I sure did. But to be honest with you, I don't know how good Black Friday is going to be this year with all the ports being backed up and all the other stuff. They're saying to buy your Christmas gifts early. So
yes,
it's more like I'm going to spend the money on Christmas gifts and then not spend any extra.
Gotcha.
Smart.
Okay. Well, I ain't buying nobody nothing for Christmas.
Sounds about like you.
I'm a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah. You got to get mama something.
Nope.
Exactly. And what did you do for her birthday? I need to know.
That was last week.
Are you serious?
Oh, mama.
Wow.
I can't remember what happened, but we didn't go anywhere. I think I was planning to take her out, and she was, I don't feel like going anywhere. We can just stay home. And I was like, okay, cool.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's real funny.
That was a test, and you failed miserably.
Right.
It seemed to me like I passed.
That's so funny.
Nah, I probably will take her out at some point. So yeah, no, we ended up just like sitting around here just looking, and yeah, so that's that. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I mean, I'm gonna get her something for Christmas, and that's pretty much it. And
Lola, you can't forget Lola.
I don't plan to tell Lola it's Christmas. I mean, she's a dog. I'll probably find her. I'll find her a little Christmas dress. She likes to put on clothes. She's a little weirdo.
That's a
You're not
cute
getting
lady,
any other Christmas gifts for anyone?
Terrell said, "Are you sending me Christmas gifts?"
Nope.
I heard it in his voice.
Well, I will let the children know.
You better not tell my babies nothing. That their TT is broke. Well, yeah. So that's what is what's going on. Yeah. So Kayla, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Ooh, that's a good question because I'm a huge candy lover. So I would have to say that my favorite is M&M's.
What?
Peanut or plain?
Plain. I don't like peanut M&M's.
Bye, Kayla. Bye. Because
you're just. What is going on?
M&M's are something that's like you eat because they're there and like you enjoy them. They're not a favorite. Like what?
Why y'all gonna be ragging on my favorite candy?
There's nothing in there.
So there's nothing.
It's like little crunchy bits of chocolate. I mean,
crunchy bits of chocolate that I like.
I will buy plain M&Ms, but I mix them with almonds. And I love that.
You mix them with almonds. Why don't you just get almond M&Ms?
Right.
Oh, that's not the same. I'm telling you, man, try it. Let me tell you about another mix that somebody put me on to, and I was like, you know what? This is glorious.
Don't say nothing crazy. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm finna say something crazy.
Of course you do.
Okay, so like the dry roasted peanuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And candy corn.
What?
Disgusting.
I'm telling you.
Where are you getting candy corn from year round?
Well, first of all, they do sell candy corn year round, but I buy it around this holiday.
I never see candy corn until Halloween. I never see it.
Gotta look for it, brother.
I definitely don't seek out candy corn ever. But
I'm telling you, man. Look, candy corn and dry roasted peanuts
will change your life.
It'll change it. I'm not gonna say it'll change your whole life, but it'll change that moment you eat it in.
Okay.
It sure will. It'll, a light will shine bright on you. I can't say that it's God's light, but it's a light from somewhere.
Yeah, from the paramedics. Like, hey,
wait, what?
What you doing?
Damn, the paramedics gonna come?
Yeah, they checking you okay?
I'm telling you. Like, y'all remember Kayla? Probably don't, because Kayla is like 12 years old. But
disrespect.
Ooh, right.
She disrespected candy corn. So anyway,
Yeah.
Terrell, you remember that old candy bar, Nutrageous?
Yes.
That's exactly what it tastes like.
I hated the Nutrageous.
Woof! Screw you, pal! I'm sorry.
Why do you think they don't make it anymore? No one was eating it.
Nutrageous was fantastic. I didn't really buy it, but I've had one before, and it was pretty good. But that's what it tastes like. Kind of like a Nutrageous. It's really great.
That candy bar was awesome. I only bought it once, and it was great. Never bought it
that one
again.
time, it was amazing. Anyway. Well, moving on to the greatest shit, man. I mean, showman.
Oh, man.
Wow. Wow.
We're gonna go into this cocktail that I have, and this is actually, it's not a original cocktail from me. It is one that I found online. I was like, this is kind of neat. But have you guys ever heard of a gin Ricky?
Nope.
Well, it's an old cocktail. It's old school. But this is a circus Ricky.
Ooh.
Yeah. And because it is a classic cocktail, I'm not going to give like the measurements and stuff, because you can kind of make it to your own taste. But what you would do is in a cocktail shaker, you add some ice, some lime juice, some gin, some raspberry juice, and give it a shake, and then strain it over fresh ice in a rocks glass, and top it with soda water or seltzer or whatever you choose, club soda, and garnish it with a slice of lemon. But when I like make it for real, like as when like I'm not talking about it, I'm gonna garnish it with a circus peanut. Do y'all like circus peanuts?
I love circus peanuts.
Circus peanuts are good. Shut up, Terrell.
Right.
I'm a candy snob. Sorry.
Oh, Lord.
I only eat the finest of candies.
You know what? I didn't even ask your stinking ass. What is your favorite Halloween candy?
I don't know. I like a mix between the taffy like candy and chocolate. Give me some Starburst, some Laffy Taffies.
So you're a sour candy kind of guy.
Snickers.
You
Yes,
really? I know you didn't just say I'm a candy snob, but Twix is my go-to. Really?
Twix is awesome.
Twix is awesome, but boring too.
Let me
Whoa,
get
what was
a
that sound? You sound like you getting up from your desk to
Hershey's.
kick my ass. Woo!
I might have been positioned myself.
Calm down, guy. Twix is great. Well, okay. I'm a candy snob too. What's my favorite Halloween candy? I really like okay, so one, I'm pro candy corn, which you guys have already learned. But I like the Reese's pumpkins.
Oh yeah, no, I always do a good Reese's now.
Those big old fat pumpkins are delicious.
Not a fan.
What?
Oh,
I'm not a fan of Reese's anything.
Whatever, Butterfinger breath. I forgot how
Yeah.
much you love Butterfingers.
I love me a Butterfinger.
I like
My dad
Butterfingers
used to
too.
get me some
now.
Butterfingers. Well, he'd get himself some Butterfingers, and I would help myself to his Butterfingers.
Well,
Put them bad boys in the freezer. Ooh, wee.
oh God, they already rough to eat. Like they stay in your teeth.
Hey man, hey, you got to get ready. You got to
Yeah,
prepare.
well, yeah. Well, I guess you do.
I like Butterfingers.
All right, Kayla, take us into our movie.
All
Kayla gets it.
Well,
No.
huh? Well, The Greatest Showman is about Mr. Phineas. Oh gosh, why did I just blank on his middle name? I love it actually. Phineas Taylor Barnum, the person that you might know as one of the greatest circus circus owners. I don't know what they call themselves. Anywho, that's what the movie's
Swindler.
about. But the movie's
Yeah,
that
crook.
was very much, he definitely played the people, but he was famous for it. So dun dun dun. Anyhow, this movie is about P.T. Barnum and how he rose to stardom with his circus freaks and then involved into circus animals and circus shows. Dun, da, da, da. It is a partially true story about his real actual life, but there are plenty of people in there that were just kind of fictional. So we start off with P.T. Barnum as a child. His family is on the poor side. He is actually the son, I want to say he was a tailor. And he grows quite fond of the rich man's daughter who his father is working for. They're in love and they are separated because of that. The father was like, "You're not gonna marry my daughter, you little poor way. Street trash." And so he sent her off to work.
Jesus.
That's basically what he said. That grown man slapped that child in the movie, and I was just like, "Ooh."
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a pretty
no.
epic scene. I will say, okay, I do like musicals, but
Even
No,
though-
grown.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna
Like
say
it
something nice.
physically, like it hurts you physically. Oh my goodness, stomach.
I don't really like modern musicals. Like I like
Really?
old Hollywood musicals. Yeah, but this I will say that scene, like them showing them like as they're getting older and falling in love, I did think that was a great scene.
It was cute. It was
like the way that they showed like love and how it progresses and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna say something nice.
Yes, and we love to hear it because it was a good movie.
Not don't stretch it, not don't push it.
I have to agree. They singing that song. I promise you, I'm probably more watching this movie than I'm like watching a lot of movies because of the musical themselves. Like he was singing, like they were literally singing about the life that they wanted to live with each other as they grew up. And you see her being this rich child going to boarding school, wanting to get his letters, and he's a freak kid because his dad died. And they just talk about the million dreams that they're going to make together. Like it was such a beautiful transition for the movie. I love to see that. It was really, really cute. So after, they kind of become adults at the end of this song, you see that he is working for the railroad and he gets laid off. Now, they not the richest. Oh, wait. Actually, I skipped the whole part of when he came back. And I'm like, ooh, he really don't like her. I mean, him.
I did like how he was like, she'll come running back. And then the next scene was like her running towards him. And I was like, oh, okay, that was nice. It was a little nice transition.
I'm trying to tell you, this whole movie was so good.
Okay, now I just give you an inch and you just take the whole
I'm gonna
mile.
run that. I'm running with that. Let's go.
The movie was beautiful, guys. I don't know how you guys could be saying anything less
Well,
than this
I also
movie.
I also cried from the beginning of this movie. But it wasn't because of how great the singing was. It was
Oh God.
it was because I can't stand musicals.
Oh,
I was like, so
whatever.
y'all not gonna say nothing, huh? Y'all just gonna open up with notes, hey? Just straight notes.
First of all, yes.
Oh shit. Yeah,
Oh,
man. Shit. I will say something else nice if you're ready.
I'm ready because the movie was great.
The move. Okay, my overall view is that it is an incredible movie. It's a good movie, but it's also one of the most problematic movies I've ever seen.
It is. And we can get into it because everybody, if you really want to know, we don't have to go play by play. The movie is literally, he needs something to keep his family afloat. He starts a wax museum, and then that was like a bomb, like whatever that was. And then he runs into this quote unquote freak I guess he was at the unemployment office. I don't know where he was at, the bank, something.
Yeah, it was at the
Yeah,
bank.
he was at the bank.
Yeah, I was like, it really
finesse
felt like
alone.
unemployment. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he
yeah, that part.
Oh, that's funny. He sees Tom Thumb, who in the movie they called Sam Humphrey, and he was just a little person, and he got this idea to put on a freak show, and that is where all his finesse really came from. Like, he would say, oh, this is the fattest man in the world. He might only weigh 500 pounds, weigh 700, to kind of attract people in. And that is really something P.T. Barnum did. He put together a freak show. But unlike the movie where you see that he treats them really nicely up until the point when Jenny Lynn comes in, all the other good stuff, apparently in real life, he was straight trash. Someone compared it to saying he treated them a little better than animals. And I was like, damn, they're making you all this money. And
imagine that.
Okay. And actually, it kind of gets worse because the first person was a slave. And I was like, ooh, he leased a slave.
You don't say.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like the movie itself is that true story is what's problematic. So yeah, we kind of that's like most of the movie, but then this fair-skinned singing woman comes in, and he kind of like gravitates more towards her because, okay, this is gonna be the status that I always wanted. She sings so well. I'm gonna start putting more of a focus into her and leaving the circus behind. And so the circus kind of dwindles. It's being attacked by people and believe that the freak should be there, which I also thought was weird because I was like, but I guess that's
they already lived in your town. Didn't they already live there? They lived in the same place.
Pretty much.
Get out of my town, but you live down the street. Go back to your house.
Because New York is like the biggest melting pot ever. So I was just like, really, y'all? But I guess this was like in the 1900s.
Yeah.
So,
that shit didn't make no sense.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, now this is weird.
I can see if he like imported these quote unquote freaks in. Mm-hmm. But like they just like the townies, so like just like Terrell said, like get out of our town. Oh, you live here? Well, then just go home.
Because we don't want you in the streets.
We don't want you in our buildings. It was like okay,
and they weren't even in our well. We have to get there. Basically, they burned the freaking circus down, the building, and so they become tent mates, and that's what P.T. Barnum was known for, his tent circuses. That's what kind of made him circuiteer. I don't know what circuiteer. I don't know. Is that a word? That's what I'm like.
Circuiteer. It's a word now.
I'm rolling.
Yeah, I like it. I'm here for a circuiteer.
I would have said ringmaster, but hey.
Oh yeah, that's
No,
they need
we're
to
going with
replace.
circuiteer now.
They need no more ringmasters, only circuiteers.
Well, basically, like in the movie, it's said that he cheated on his wife, but that wasn't actually what happened. She kissed him because she, kind of fell in love with his generosity and how he's always on the road with her. And apparently in real life, he did go on the road with Jenny Lind, but there was no adultery, so to speak, so that anyone saw or knew of. So there was some things that just weren't the same in the movie. Zac Efron and Zendaya's characters are completely false. There was no Philip Carlisle, there was no Anna. However, a good fun fact about the Zendaya from this movie is that she did all of her own trapeze stunts.
Really? Now that is
She was
amazing.
out there on the trapezes, swinging, doing the things. And I, for one, think that Zendaya is national treasure gold.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, right. They fall in and out of love. Everything goes bad, then everything goes good again. Let's talk about the real story and how problematic this shit was. Okay?
Yes, this movie was complete fiction from beginning to end. The only true parts in this movie was his name was P.T. Barnum and he started a circus. If that wasn't the most, we are the greatest people of all time. Look at us. We were just so great. We had all types of people. We took in people that nobody wanted and we gave them an opportunity to show off their gifts and blah, blah, blah. I looked at this movie like this is some straight up bull. This man basically exploited these people.
Bingo!
I mean, and did. Circus was fraud, but it's really no excuse for that because he treated them like trash. But he still became one of the most famous circus tears. He still became one of the most famous ones because the people believed in his hype. Like I feel like everyone knew what he was doing. I'm just saying, everyone knew what he was doing, and like as much as we condemn it now, that was like the norm for them back then. Like they just wanted to be entertained.
Okay,
which doesn't make it doesn't make it less problematic. It's just yeah.
You're right. Okay, however, I don't know. I'm just gonna be resident black bitch for a moment.
All right,
like this is just such a common trope for like mediocre white men. Like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, it is. Like, I don't have any meaning in my life. Oh, what can I do? I know. I'll find a group of marginalized people and go exploit them and let them make me rich. And then when they do make me rich, I can just move up and further up the ladder and forget about them. And it was like, dude.
That's actually exactly what happened in the movie.
Yeah, and it was like, of course, I'm sure that song "Never Enough" was chosen for a reason, because nothing was ever enough for him, and like that social climb was just a lot.
It was a lot, and then especially when you hear about what really went down in P.T. Barnum's world, you can. They wanted to make a fun movie. They didn't want to listen to, because what fun is it in being like, he treated all these people like trash. So if we are sticking to,
I would have enjoyed
every black biopic that I've ever seen, they go through the ups and the downs, not the ups and the ups and the ups and the ups.
Thank you.
Becoming like,
and it would have made for a more interesting movie, like to see.
Wow, this is Disney.
I know.
They also did Red Tails.
I never actually seen that movie, to be honest with you.
What are you? Oh my god!
Okay. I am so sorry. I am not black. I am so sorry.
I mean, it's very typical for Disney to like paint a beautiful picture of situations that we know are trash. I mean, we've seen a lot of, slaves dancing in the field. So, I mean,
Yeah.
That's just
Show off my nifty
that.
dance moves.
Oh,
Step and fetch it, boss. And that is like Step and fetch it was basically what these people were doing for Mr. Barnum here.
yeah.
And I don't know. And I guess you could say that, he pulled these people out of the shadows and he gave them agency and, a family. But it's still just like, so it was to make him better, to make him richer. And I feel like, okay, so yeah, Barnum, whatever, is like this famous showman, this famous ringmaster.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, people want to hear his story or whatever. However, I personally, me as a consumer, I get tired of movies where a white person is the lead in people of color's story. Like, this story could have been told from the view of any other character but him.
Yes.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's annoying. Like, that is done. Like, The Help was like that. Green Book was like that. It's like, we have to have this white person at the center of a film and put all these black characters around him. It's their story, but he's gonna tell it. And it's like, that's just tiring. Like, I'm sure with all those circus performers or whatever, there were some great stories that we could have heard, but no. Instead, we have to hear
real people that existed. They made up this storyline about Zac Efron's character and Zendaya's character, people who never existed. I mean, if the story is not as interesting as you can use real people, don't tell the story. It's not that great of a story. If you got to make up 90% of the story.
Well, that is true. However, if we bring it all back to the film.
Sorry if we went off on an angry black person tangent, but it's who we are.
I agree with you. However, if I was to just take this movie at face value without thinking about that, I still would say it's a great film. The music was unmatched. The talent was there.
It's definitely a lot of talent. There are some good songs in this movie. I mean, I'm not a fan of modern musicals, but there are some really good songs and some great dance sequences. And Zendaya is always a joy to watch on screen, like in anything she does. And the fact that she did her own stunts is amazing.
Yeah, Abdul Mateen, which was Anne's brother. So the two black characters in the movie.
Who is he? I'm not familiar.
He was the one who played.
No, I know you're talking about, but who is he in? Oh, okay.
He's the guy he's been in a lot of stuff recently.
Wasn't he in Candyman? Is that the guy from Candyman?
He Candyman. Yes, he is. He was in Us. He was in Aquaman.
Okay. I didn't even realize. Okay.
He was in Get Out, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he was in the Get Down.
But yeah,
there was a lot of great love in this movie too. Like,
they lightly covered racism as far as like with interracial love. And that time period, hell no.
They was like at a smidge of racism, just a
just so you know, we're paying attention. Just that little pinch of racism.
Oh Lord.
They would have killed that girl trying to go into that place. What was it? An opera that they were going to?
Yeah, what city were they in? Maybe that makes a difference. What city did this take place in?
They were in New York.
Is it New York? Was it New York?
Yeah,
it was New York. Okay, so then maybe she could have gone
in the late 1800s.
No,
in New York, possibly.
So, although slavery was outlawed for them, in the real story. He was still leasing slaves. So, like, no, I don't think that she would have been extremely welcomed. They would have probably.
I don't think she would have been welcomed. She probably would have had to sit in the top. They wouldn't have been able to sit together. She probably would have been able to sit. She probably would have had to sit in the balcony in the colored section.
Right.
And but yeah,
the colored section.
Ooh. Yeah, and them that didn't make no sense. Them calling her his family calling her the help, Where did that come from? I didn't.
Yeah, that
because she was
came
black,
out of
and
nowhere.
that's all they knew. She's the help.
I understand that, but it's like they all work in the damn circus together. Hell, your son the help too. So what the hell?
I don't think that she was talking about her occupation, like of her actually, working as a circus person. I think she just thought black people were the help.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, but damn. I mean, that's why I don't know, but I've been trying to like put like reasoning with racism, and I just come up short every time.
Oh, of course.
I'm trying to figure out why they didn't cover his business partner, Bailey, James Anthony Bailey. I don't.
Yeah, I was wondering if that's who Zac Efron's character was supposed to be, but it wasn't. And so, where did Bailey come in?
Bailey came in when circus started failing. They became business partners because Bailey was doing better than his. And so they decided to merge their circuses together.
So they was like, we're not going to go any downs, all ups. And then we're going to end the show.
And then his social climb just didn't make any sense to me either, because I don't know. I guess people are free to pivot and shift lanes and stuff, but it's like, how you go from, oh, I have this spectacular circus to, I think I'll go to the theater. And like what?
It was because he master of drawing people in. So he was like he was almost like a modern day publicist. Like, he just had.
I'm sorry. But okay, you have a home back at home. You got a circus full of oddities, and like this one woman's spectacular voice is enough for you to leave all that behind and go promote her. Like what?
Absolutely, like that's what he did because he was that great at promotion. And so he took a risk.
I'm sorry.
He took a risk and did well for himself. They went on like 93 tours around the country, or 93 stops around the country touring. Like he just took his risk,
which was so far fetched, but okay.
No, that's what they really did. In real life, he had 90. It did happen.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
And she really did donate everything that she earned to charity. That's something they really didn't get into. They wanted to sensationalize this fake relationship between Barnum and Lynn, which you didn't need it. You could have just told it how it was. I mean, you didn't need to do the extra. They think they have to do, well, you got to put some kind of strife or some kind of scandalous thing. You didn't need it. It was uncalled for. You could have. She was genuinely a good person who genuinely did good things and could sing. Focus on that. It's a musical. Let her sing.
But we gotta sell these tickets. We gotta sell these tickets, so we gotta make her out to be a scandalous bitch.
And that's exactly what they made her look like. If I was Jenny Lynn's relatives, I'd be like, shut this down immediately.
Yeah, I would have to agree because it did paint her in an awful light, and but they had to do a little movie magic to make sure that the movie was still going according to plan.
For those listening, by movie magic, she means lies. Vicious lies.
Okay, we're up to lies. But I would have to say that the true story of Barnum is an awful story, but while Disney got it very wrong, they did produce a lovely movie that I watch anytime I just need some background noise. Okay.
You know what?
For the songs alone.
The songs were really good. Most of them, not all of them, because a lot of them were like, oh, we just need this song to transition into the next scene. So
the next song. It was so many songs.
I cannot say I love every song. There are some songs that I really do like in this movie. I like that. Million Dreams, whatever. What the hell is that? The million Man March.
Oh, yeah, A Million Dreams.
A Million Dreams. But I liked it because that scene was really great. But I also and I'm gonna get real sappy here for just a moment, y'all. Bear with me. But like I like at the end when they're on the roof and the little girls start singing that song.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the little girls' birthdays, and instead, like the girl starts singing a song, and I just feel like that was just so cool for the little girls to be singing a song that brought their parents together, and I feel like that's one of the greatest things that you can do for your kids is to show them what true love looks like so much that they want to emulate it by singing the same song. I thought that was a really beautiful and touching moment. So I will give that to this movie. The movie is full of great moments. I will give it that. I like that song. And there's been a resurgence of this song because apparently during this pandemic, a bunch of choirs want to sing this song and just brutally destroy it. What is it? I Am Me. What is the song? This is me.
Here I come.
Look out, because people people have been destroying that song. And that's been quite entertaining.
Yeah, destroying. And I wish they would leave well enough alone because
I hope they keep it coming.
That song was monumental.
That song deserves it.
No.
It's a great song. And
excellent.
The song is great.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, because I feel like it was a very look out, because it was like a very coming to the moment. Like, I'm me. I'm going to be me. I'm not going to change myself for anyone. I am who I am. And I love that keel settle. And I know it's going to be like, as a plus size woman, I was like, okay, she's the lead for this song and she should be, because we get so put down about like, we should change how we look. We should lose weight, da, 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 da. And like her coming out and being like, no, this is me. I was like, oh, I'm here for it. Like this, we right here together. Me.
Oh, I agree. That song is a great affirming anthem for like anybody. It is. No, I'm saying I like that song, but it's just such a big boastful bravado song that when people try to sing it, it's hilarious. It's like somebody is trying to attempt like a Whitney Houston song, and it's
my goodness,
it's hilarious.
Let's not do that
for them. It was definitely a made for them song.
It's just a big song. It's a big song, and like so you have to be like kind of a larger than life person, and like not even in stature, but just like your personality, your attitude, to be able to pull that song off, and you also have to be able to sing. And like I have seen like. A little children trying to sing it and little teenagers, and it's like you ain't even found yourself yet. Stop that.
Really old lady.
Come around here. You still on the teeth. What you doing? You can't do that.
That's right.
Come on,
now you got Similac on your breath. Yeah.
Let the young people do what they do.
I'm not saying that a young person can sing this song. I'm just saying like it would take a large personality to sing this song, and people singing it and butchering it is hilarious to me. I'm sorry.
That's funny.
Find yourself and then come back and sing
it. That is so funny. Well,
and that's another thing. This movie could have been told from her point of view, and I would have watched the hell out of that.
Oh, the bearded lady.
Yeah. Shit, yeah. Yeah. But I will say one thing they did her clean with them gowns. Now they dressed her up nice.
Yeah, she dressed very nice.
They did her clean with them. Because usually every bearded lady I've seen in pictures, it'd be just like house dresses and just like they did her clean with them gowns.
It was a little they did. I would have to agree. I love Hugh Jackman. I love Zac Efron. I love Zendaya. Like the casting of this movie was really great. I did learn, I used to think that Hugh Jackman was out there belting for the world. He was not. That was not his voice singing in the songs.
Really? I thought he actually sang.
I did too, and it's not. Let me see if I can find out his name.
Wow.
His name was like Jeremy.
But the bearded lady did sing, right?
Yeah, I believe she really did sing. Why?
Okay. I feel like, okay. What did y'all think about the partnership deal at the end?
Partners.
It didn't
I
matter.
thought it was really cute.
You thought it was cute.
I thought that he was just showing his loyalty, like he knew something was gonna go wrong, and we're in this together, so let's go 50-50. I thought it was adorable. Like,
I will
I'm
say
just showing
this.
my loyalty to the.
Yeah, I enjoy Hugh Jackman, but only as Wolverine.
Ooh, that is so funny. Oh god, that's so funny. That is so
When
funny.
he is
I love Hugh
Wolverine,
Jackman.
that's my guy.
What? You didn't enjoy him in
absolutely
the top
adore
hat?
Hugh Jackman.
No, when I saw the top hat, I wanted to knock it off. I'm like, what are you doing, Wolverine? You don't wear top hats. That's not your style.
It would have been nice if he shared ownership with his other people, like
Yeah,
with
like
the oddities.
people. Exactly.
Oh,
Now that would have been nice.
Now that would have been more impactful, because I mean it was already made up anyway. Why not keep going? Make up some more stuff.
Take that shit. Yeah, push that shit to the limit.
that's funny. Y'all are so funny. Y'all really just ragging on my movie.
Sorry, we
That's
love
all right.
you.
That's
Don't
all right.
love that
That's
movie,
all
but I mean,
That's all
Kayla, it is a good feel good movie, but it's hard to watch it without like seeing all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a movie that I
After I watched it, I was
enjoy.
like, let me look up this great guy, P.T. Barnum. He had been like a very awesome gentleman. And then I looked at a few things, and then I was like, no, this man was living trash.
Oh.
The movie was quite far fetched, and of course because it was a big fat lie. And I was like, nah, they damn building burned down. They're like, well, you know what? We'll just put it in a tent. And then they like amped up the pyrotechnics, and I was like, damn, in a
More
tent,
fire.
okay. And then like I can't afford to rebuild my building, but I can afford to bring in 4 elephants and 2 lions. Like,
Oh, that's
And then
funny.
take one of the elephants and ride that mug home. I said, what?
I don't need to park my elephant right here. Like,
Why'd you take that big ass elephant home?
There ain't no permit for this. You gonna have to take that big bitch home. So okay, y'all. Okay, Terrell. Okay,
Yes.
say one nice thing about The Greatest Showman, so Kayla can stop sounding all sad.
Oh, okay. The Greatest Showman, the cast was amazing. I enjoyed performances from Zendaya, Zac Efron, Michelle Williams, and even Hugh Jackman, even though I prefer him as Wolverine. But yeah, I'm not into musicals like that, so the songs really didn't catch me like that. And another thing I loved, it was only an hour and 46 minutes. I was like, thank
Wasn't
you.
that phenomenal? Like the last movies we've been doing have been over 2 hours. So yeah, what it meant to say, it was an hour and 45 minutes of glorious showmanship, and I enjoyed it from start to finish. And the performances were spectacular, and it's a movie that I will enjoy for the rest of my life. Look, man, if Disney can lie, so can I.
Well, y'all.
Oh, Kayla.
Y'all don't have to like my movie, but y'all sure had to watch it. So ha ha ha. So har. Y'all ain't have to like it, but just sat there and watched the 1 hour and 45 minutes.
It felt like 2 hours and
So I'm the
36
winner.
minutes. I said, goodness gracious, is this movie going to end?
Well, okay, Kayla, but for real though, my positive take on the movie was that it is, like I said, it is a good movie. It's just, it's a lot.
Problematic.
It's problematic, and but it is a great, fantastic display of showmanship, and I was serious when I said that. It is a fantastic display of showmanship and just the bravado of singing like big, huge songs and numbers, and yeah, so it was good for that. It's just, I don't know, for me it's hard to watch something that just mirrors like the worst parts of like corporate greed and capitalism and racism, and it's just a lot. And I like elephants, so there's that.
I like elephants.
I do love it a good elephant. I should make y'all watch Dumbo. The
Please don't.
reimagined,
No, please
the
don't.
new
I couldn't
one.
watch it.
I would watch
I wanted-
Dumbo.
I wanted to watch it.
The
and
new
then
one.
I couldn't.
The
couldn't.
new one, Terrell.
Yes.
I haven't seen it, but I would watch Dumbo. Please don't make us watch Dumbo for homework, though. Well, we'll put it on the list.
Put it on the list
Okay.
and then immediately delete the list and make a new list.
That's funny.
Yep. Well, are you done telling us about your favorite movie?
I am.
One of your favorite?
I can't hear y'all rag about my movie no more, so I am done. I am over it.
Aww, we love you. We do.
Love you too,
Yeah.
boo
But the
boos.
movie though,
Yeah. Well,
especially after y'all came for the Karate Kid, I'll never forget that. I was like, oh my goodness, I was hurt.
that's not even true.
Whatever.
We didn't come for Karate Kid. Sorry, love you.
Just a little
We
bit.
didn't
Just a little bit. I'm sure there's gonna be everybody that we're just like, y'all know y'all was wrong for picking that movie.
Well, this is true. Terrell, what was your best, worst, and weirdest?
Ooh, best part of the movie was Zendaya. The worst part was it was a musical, and the weird part was why they told so many lies though.
Yeah, throughout this episode, I can really tell that you are really, you really have an aversion to all those lies. I get it. Well, I think the best, worst, and weirdest. The best would be a really beautiful scene about them falling in love. I really enjoyed that. And then I don't know, it's just like the movie just kind of fell from that. I would say the worst part is like the exploitation of these characters, and like I said, it could be seen as him, giving them a voice and a family and a place to belong, but it's still like, yeah, but you really profited off of them in a major way. So but then the weirdest for me would be the little pinch of racism that they sprinkled in there, like it was like cayenne pepper.
It wasn't even. It was like a dash of salt. It was like,
Yeah,
don't put too much in there. Quit playing now. You're gonna mess it up.
yeah, it was like, this is Disney now. That's a little too much now. A little too spicy for our fan base. Sprinkle of racism. It was like, okay, as a black person watching this film, it's like, okay, yeah, we know better. And his circus burning down would have been like the least of his worries.
You ain't lying.
And I was like, okay, I had to tell myself, I was like, okay, well, this movie ain't exactly in the South, so it probably was a little better, but not that much better. So, so yeah, that's my best, worst, and weirdest. What about you, Kayla? Tell us about your best, worst, and weirdest of this epic, amazing film that you chose for us.
Yes.
You're right. Yes, you guys are so welcome. So my best was definitely all of the music.
That's what Terrell's worst was.
I like musicals. I sat through Hamilton like a champion. So I would say that was my favorite part of like just listening to all of the different songs. I actually really loved the bar scene while they were negotiating being partners. I thought that was such a
my God, that is the worst scene to me.
Oh,
I
my
hated that
goodness.
scene. Ooh,
I was waiting for that bartender to trip one of them.
because that's what I would have done.
I love
Caleb, but before you give us your weirdest, please, I just have to put in here, please don't make us watch Hamilton. Please don't put Hamilton on your list.
Oh,
I'll pay you not to put Hamilton on your list.
I'll pay you.
I'm just kidding. No, I can see that a lot of people would not like Hamilton. It was yeah. If you're not
Hamilton,
Seems like something you need to see in person and not on TV.
I liked it.
Hamilton, okay. You and I watched Hamilton together, Kayla, and Hamilton is I
don't think you watched the movie at all. I think you went to sleep.
Oh,
know I watched it. I really did fall asleep. But okay, Hamilton was a spectacular production, and it's really a good thing. But it's like you gotta kind of, I don't know. It started to make me feel dumb after a while, and I was like, I don't understand any of this. It's really fast paced and like Miranda, whatever. his storytelling is real fast, and I was like, I'm not catching up. I mean, it's like, and they signed the proclamation, and then they went over to France, and then France came back, and they were like, no, let's not do that. And then we were like this, and then we were like, and we put another document on there. They had 10 people sign it, and everyone was like, yeah, like what? Say it one more time. What?
Yeah, you definitely need closed captions when watching Hamilton.
Well, I won't do that to you guys. I won't do it. Not this time.
Well, give us your weirdest on Greatest Showman.
What would be the weirdest for me? I think the weirdest, I don't know if I would say it was weird, but I was very interested on how they got invited to see the Queen of England. I was just like,
That was real
and I
random.
don't know if that was real or if that was just their way to introduce Jenny Lind. Because where else would he have ever met Jenny Lind? So I would actually be curious to know if that was something that really happened. That was the weirdest. So what was my worst?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you gave. Oh no, you didn't give your worst. Because your best.
We
was the
said
music.
that the bar part was worse, and she was like, no, it was great.
Yes. So agree
Yeah.
to disagree. Was also so I'm sorry. Your best, worst, and weirdest. So the best was the music. Your worst was
What was my worst? Okay, so I want to say the worst.
Don't you dare say nothing in this movie was the worst for you.
The worst for me would have to be, I really don't know. I felt so bad that, you know what? It's not a worst. Like, it was a worst. Oh, gosh. Nothing. The
Look
movie
at her
was great.
scared to say something about this movie. Go on,
I
say
don't know
it.
what to say.
She's like, when it ended, that was the worst
Yeah.
forever.
Oh God.
I think the worst was for me was how he treated his circus mates when Jenny Lynn and him started touring. Like, he was just downright rude. He was mean. He was dismissive. And then, like, when he closed the door on them, after they had gone to the opera to see Jenny Lynn and they were going in the back, and he was just like, no, I'll come talk to you guys later. I was like, ooh, I know they were hurt. That was the worst part for me. I felt really bad for them.
And that was the scene where they busted through that shit anyway and started singing, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, good for them. Wait,
Oh,
no,
they didn't bust in and start singing?
Yes, they did.
they sang a song and they was like,
Yeah,
it was called
here.
"Bitch We Here."
yeah, pretty much.
I would have loved it. I would have been like, rewind that. I need to see that again.
Yeah, that was. I was like, wow, this
Now
movie
that-
really took a turn for the better.
So funny.
Thank you, Kayla, for choosing this movie for us. Yay, we owe you one. Just
Oh,
know
yeah.
that.
You're welcome.
Since you haven't seen a lot of movies that didn't come out before 2015, back in the time.
Yes. I'm here for it. I am all for going back into time.
So we all watched The Greatest Showman this week. Kayla, what else have you been binging this week besides The Greatest Showman?
Well, I'm still watching The Walking Dead because I'm committed, but I also started watching Riverdale. I have a thing about watching stuff that is in the past versus what's happening now, because there are some great shows that I do want to watch. Our Kind of People, the BMF. I do. There are some stuff that I definitely want to watch, and I just can't because I really committed to finishing The Walking Dead.
What about you, Terrell? What you watching this week?
I actually I've been really busy, so I haven't had a chance to watch. But I did start watching the new show on ABC with Eve, Randy,
The
Queen.
No,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I
And,
thought that was
so
really
far, so good.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh,
I really like seeing
yeah.
Yeah, and Brandy, I really enjoy Brandy. It's so far so good. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely want to see that.
Yeah, it's on my list. It's one of the many things on my list that I haven't started yet. But I'm glad.
Santa Claus list.
Shut your mouth. I'll get around to it. I am enjoying knowing, and I think I will enjoy seeing that Brandy's back on TV, that Eve's back on TV. I mean, we just finished seeing Notori. with Power, so I didn't miss her quite as much. I mean, I love her, don't get me wrong, but like it would have been a while since we seen Brandy on TV and Eve. So
she was on Star. If y'all watch, did anyone watch Star?
Who was on Star?
Brandy.
No.
Yeah, I didn't watch
Really?
Star.
Did she? I know, like, okay, so she was on Star. The last thing I remember her on was The Game. So she was on Star?
Yeah, she was
Did she have a big part?
Yeah, she was I forgot what her part was, but yeah, she ended up being on a lot of episodes, especially toward the end. And I'm upset how Star ended. Just a side note.
I didn't watch Star.
Upset. Oh, Star was pretty good. It was pretty good.
That it's on my list too to go back and watch it because. But you know what I didn't know? I didn't know Queen Latifah was in that movie, and I'm like, oh, Queen Latifah mega fan.
How did you not? She's like the star. Basically.
I know, but like I don't know. After Empire went off, I shut my TV off, so I didn't know. Okay.
Like, all right, that's enough TV for the day, y'all. Did you turn the knob?
That is really how I do. Like I don't my TV if I'm like working. My TV is off, or like I will watch something, then I'll be all right, good night, click, and then that's it. I don't keep my TV on like when I'm not watching. So yeah, okay. Well, I guess so. Well, then for Brandy, it had been a while for me to like to see her on TV. But yeah, the last thing I remember her in was The Game. But Eve, definitely, I'm happy to see her back on TV. As far as me, what I'm binge watching this week, I'm still watching The Good Witch, and it's so boring, but I love it.
My wife watched the whole thing, and I sat there and watched a few episodes with her, and I was like, how can you show? It is awful.
It is. It's bad. It is bad. It's blindingly white. You know, that's my favorite phrase. Blindingly white.
Man, and it's a blizzard out there.
Yes. And it is boring. But I don't know, it's just one of those shows where you don't have to put a lot of thought into it. You just watch it and it's like the major plot points in the show be like, oh, something happened to the garden in the middle of town. Who would have done such a thing? And then like it's like a little caper and they try to figure out what's going on, and then it ends. Oh, it was just the gardener who tripped and knocked over all the roses. Another wonderful day in Middleton.
Oh my goodness. I saw one where somebody was stealing a cookie recipe. I was like, come on, let's go.
That is a major caper right there.
Turn it off.
Yeah, it's like very, very lighthearted. Like it probably takes like 10 minutes to write these episodes. Like, yeah, The Good Witch. But the main character, she's like this, you know, captivating, intuitive woman, and people like gravitate towards her. So that's basically like the premise of the show. She's the good witch because she's like puts a little magic in everyone's life, and I don't know, it's just a show I can just watch and just don't have to think about it, and just
you definitely don't have to think about it because nothing ever happens to her. Like, how can you? That is so boring. She never goes through any type of anything. She meets the guy, they date, she gets married. She like, come on, like no adversity, nothing. Y'all just living your best life, huh?
Nope, no sprinkles of racism, nothing.
Can't have racism if you don't have black people.
Yeah,
and they made sure of that. They was like,
And they make her super duper white because she's really like Iranian and British, I think.
Really?
Uh-huh. And but no, she is just a New England white woman in this show. Yeah, it's she. I like Cassie. She's captivating, but it's annoying. Like some of the shit she do will get on my damn nerves. I'd be like, look here now, because she just like before people call, she's like, oh, the mayor's calling, and then the phone will ring. Like she's like do witchy shit like that. And then, like, when you walk into her house, she'd be, oh, hey, Sam. And how did you know it was me? Oh, I just had a feeling. Cut that shit out, Cassie. Now, goddamn, you knew it was me now.
Anybody got somebody that cut that shit out.
But let me tell you, that's what I do. I'm really terrible. Like if you heard me talking in my room, you'd be like, okay, something's wrong with this person. But I'll watch like little lighthearted shows like that, or like kiddie shows, and I'll cuss at it in a real ghetto way. I mean, I shut that shit up. Now that don't make no damn sense. Yeah. the more lighthearted, the better. And I just be, y'all, that's some bullshit. And I just keep watching it and just keep yelling at it. There's a little peek into my little sinister mind. So yeah. So yeah. All right. Well, that's our show. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and so we hope that you enjoyed the show. As usual, the recipes will be up, for the cocktail will be up on the website for bonus content. And if you want to learn a little more about the show, you can head over to sipsandscripts.com. If you've got a suggestion for a film that you'd like us to talk about, you can leave us a voicemail and let us know. Or if you want to add to the conversation about a film we've already talked about, or if you just want to say hello, leave us a voicemail and we'll play it on the show. So make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We're at Sips and Scripts. And thanks again for joining us. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
All right.
And that's a wrap.
All right.